I'm Jennica Liberator. I am a member of NICIC, and I wanted to share my story. This is the reason why I joined this coalition. In January 2014, my husband's employer-based insurance eliminated its annual and lifetime limits, which I believe were only $250,000 and $500,000 respectively, in order to comply with the Affordable Care Act, or the ACA, otherwise known as Obamacare. In February of 2014, we discovered that I was pregnant with triplets. Our children were born in July of 2014 at just 28 weeks gestation, 3 months prematurely, at 2 pounds 1 ounce, 2 pounds 1 ounce, and 1 pound 8.5 ounces. And all three required a nearly 3-month NICU stay. Their collective hospital bills exceeded $5 million. This figure does not include the follow-up visits with specialists or the early intervention therapists who came to our house to get them back on track developmentally with their peers, nor the extra vaccines they required to keep their weak, premature immune systems protected. If you have not had an experience in the NICU, which I pray you never do, you might not know how crucial seconds can be in decision-making. While we were in the NICU, we observed many families whose children were born later with fewer medical problems than ours, who were not lucky enough to have decent insurance. Where we signed blanket waivers in the beginning of our stay, allowing the doctors and nurses to provide a variety of services the very second it was deemed necessary. Other families with worse insurance or no insurance had to have each procedure explained to them and make impossible choices about whether their child's health was worth the cost. Best case scenario, this wasted several precious minutes in an environment where even such a short window of time meant life or death, or at the very least, long-term medical problems. Worst case scenario, parents could not afford treatments. We saw children, infants, die while we were at our most scared and vulnerable. I can't imagine the pain these parents went through and the guilt they still endure. I still often think of these families when I look at my own healthy 2.5-year-olds and thank God for the ACA. I know in my heart that they would not be as well off without the removal of the insurance caps just 1 month before their existence. I know that they might not have survived without it. To be clear, I would like to reiterate that my family is not on, nor have we ever received, our insurance through the marketplace exchange. This is only one small part of what the Affordable Care Act does to provide benefits and adequate coverage to all Americans. We benefited from one of the many provisions that the ACA provides to everyone who has any type of insurance. If you have employer-based insurance, the ACA benefits you. And so, I would like to have asked Representative Walorski, how? How, after hearing these experts and these testimonials, all based in fact, all people's real lives, how can you justify your decisions to vote for the American Health Care Act proposed by Trump and Ryan? And further, how could you have vocally backed the proposed alterations to that plan that would eliminate the Title I benefits, including maternity care? How can you hear my story and stories like this and justify that your approval of repealing the Affordable Care Act rather than fixing it is in alignment with your supposed pro-life party platform?